More news on the Tesla supercharger VW's profit and why Tesla might exceed them this year. And we're also going to look into the third shift in Giga Berlin. But first, we're going to have a look at the mega charger as we are looking into the first footages here. We had one of those already before, but just an idea one more time how big those chargers are. And we're also going to look for the first time into the front side of the Tesla Semi, which hasn't been visible for us outsiders here. So that is the way it looks. That is actually pretty interesting. And we see now the Tesla Semi in use, being charged pretty quickly, as we know, based on the first feedback here. And also we're going to look into the inside, which we have seen already on footages before. But this is the current situation with two screens and steering wheel, seat, and then on the right side you have areas where you can put stuff. Again, this is footage in a daily use basis of a Tesla Semi. No product anymore that is presented by a car maker. No, this is daily life now with a Tesla Semi. So that's pretty interesting. Now, when it comes to the price cuts we had in the past 2 weeks, we talked a lot about that factor. There's also one more factor that Tesla can play with, and they have done that very, very well in the European market. They have played with the supercharger kilometers, and that is actually something you can do. You can play and give customers or new Tesla customers, for example, 10,000 kilometers of free charging. And why can Tesla do that? They have 42,419 stalls, connectors, and stations 4,678. So that looks good. The growth is there, but they have to grow way faster. Again, I believe that Tesla can achieve that. They have their supercharging production in China. China is helping here a lot when it comes to the growth. But I also think that Tesla will have the ability to play and convince people for a Tesla by lowering the prices of the superchargers even more if they want to make it even more attractive to own a Tesla. This has been in 2019-20 the case. After that, we had major increase of prices in Europe. I can just speak for Germany in this case and all the surrounding countries. And this was affecting a lot of people say, well, that is so expensive. Or why should I buy a Tesla? But now we are back down there. And we also have the third shift. So Tobias Lind did a great job here, had some footage for us. We see cars outside. So people working at night again, but it's still much smaller than the normal shift. Keep that in mind. So people working at night, but it's still not at full capacity. So there is still room for more people to be trained to work at night. So the factory here goes into a 24-hour shift. So that is going to help to increase production pretty fast towards 5,000 cars. I do expect that. Now, for the update we talked about when it comes to sign recognition, Switzerland was not part of that. It was for Germany and Spain. And the ability to view the interior camera within the car was also an update that came, and the seat heater icon changed. New layout for the suspension menu. And so that is, we had a few more changes here, as you can just see. Now, when it comes to profitability, price decrease, more scaling, no issues with decreasing margins here are not as major as many people expect. We can talk about the increase of production in 2023. So Tesla is going to do that, and they would like to reach the 2 million mark, which would be amazing. It would be another milestone here. They would have to add around 220, 230K of capacity. That is around 3,000 cars per week per factory if you take Austin and Shanghai. So I think they could do that if they really wanted to. And Austin is working very well already. And when it comes to profitability, we have here some astonishing numbers. I mean, VW is making a lot of money in the past 2 years because they were ditching away small cars that were not that profitable, and they took the most expensive cars to deliver them. But Tesla could overtake them in 2023 if they grow at the same speed here and overtake the income. The income, guys, just imagine that. With 2 million cars, they could manage that. And Volkswagen Group as a whole is selling so many more cars. It is just astonishing how profitable Tesla will be. It is no surprise. Don't get me wrong here. We all knew this will happen, but it is so crazy to think about that in 2023, Tesla could be more profitable, make more money with 2 million cars and the energy business as the entire Volkswagen Group. This is just insane. So it will be very, very crazy this year to see this happen. Let me know what you think about that. And when it comes to the energy generation and storage, we had $1.3 billion in revenue. On the other hand, 1.151 billion in costs. We have currently around a margin of 13 to 13.8%. I think that we can reach the same amount of margins in the car business, in the energy business. And some people out there, and they're doing a pretty good job on Twitter in this case, they are even thinking about even bigger margins going towards 30 to 40%. So let's see how this works. We are talking about that on eCar Review as well. Check out the link in the description. I have my own group under the name Marian. So check out my group. Many people from Germany as well. You can write in English, no worries at all. And let's bring EVs towards mainstream. More people should buy a Tesla. So maybe you can share as well your experience with your Tesla. I would really appreciate that. And let's start with the insurance news. So in the earnings call, they were actually saying it is so important to have a Tesla insurance for Tesla. Because they can really know what the issue is, because insurance companies are not transparent what really happened, and they're not really saying what the cause of the issue was. So if you have your own insurance, and that is what Tesla is doing, they are capable of actually in understanding what is happening, and they can solve those issues and move forward and make the car even better. And this is the goal here, to make the car even better. And with that, they have less costs when it comes to incidents happening with people that have the Tesla insurance. And with less cost, they could even drop the insurance rate even lower to gain even more traction in the market. This is the way it works. And when it comes to Mexico, it is confirmed by the government that there was no deal in place yet, but it is confirmed that they are having talks. So that is important to understand as well, as we can expect somewhere in 2023, maybe next year, that we might have a new factory in Mexico. Thank you very much for being here today. I really appreciate your time, and see you tomorrow. Thank you.